everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Christy and I am a Doctor of Occupational Therapy student. In today's video, we're going to be going over an activity for Allen's Cognitive Level of 4. Now, before I get into that activity, let us first review the cognitive functioning and performance skills expectations for someone who may be in Allen's Cognitive Level of 4. Now, in Allen's Cognitive Level 4, they're going to demonstrate more of the goal-directed actions. Therefore, beginning with 4.0, they're going to start demonstrating sequencing familiar actions, ACL 4.2, differentiating features on objects, ACL 4.4, completing the goal, ACL 4.6, personalizing features of objects, and then ACL 4.8, learning by rote memorization. Now, let's go over the materials you're going to need for this activity. Today, we're going to be making friendship bracelets. Now, let's get started. All right. Now, the materials you're going to need to be making the friendship bracelets are going to be a friendship bracelet making kit, along with scissors and a Sharpie marker. Now, let's get into the activity of making friendship bracelets. Now, since Allen's Cognitive Level 4 is goal-directed actions, the purpose of this activity of making the friendship bracelets falls under the subcategories of sequencing familiar actions, differentiating the features on the objects, personalizing the friendship bracelet into things that they like, such as colors, the type of beads, and then of course learning by rote memorization. So once they get the hang of it, they're able to now make friendship bracelets automatically. So here I have my bead kit, and the bead kit includes different beads. We have small beads, medium beads, and then large beads. We also have beads with letters on them, that way you can make names. And then I've got some pearls over here, and I have string. And now, of course, with the sequencing of the familiar actions with this, you can actually have a pattern for them to follow. So if you want them to follow a specific color, it could be as simple as having them get a bead from each color on the tray, and then repeating that sequencing pattern until their friendship bracelet is full. And then on top of that, you can also have them sort out letters, such as if they want to spell their name, if they want to put an encouraging or motivating word on there that they might want to exchange later with their friends, which improves, peer socialization. They can go ahead and incorporate that too, and they can customize it as well. Since they do sell beads that have different themes on there, I do have this beading kit that is more geared towards summer, since we are starting to get into that summer season. So this one is more beach theme, and it has seashells on there along with different colors. So you can customize this to where you can incorporate a type of theme that the person likes. So we're going to go ahead and begin making the friendship bracelets. And what you want to do is you want to first measure their wrist. So the beading kits come with different types of string. Here we have the string that's kind of stretchy, and then here we have more of the firm string. So what you want to do is you want to grab your string and you want to measure it around the person. Now, since it's just me, it's a little bit more difficult, but since you'll be measuring this around the person that you're working on this activity with, what you want to do is measure just about so, and you want it to leave enough space and enough string room for you to go ahead and tie. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my scissors and cut over here. Now, a little trick that I learned is that if you need to know how much beads you're going to need for the friendship bracelet, is you want to wrap it around just slightly and gently. And then you want to grab your Sharpie marker and then put a tiny dot right where it ends. Now that's where you'll know that's how much beads you need to put into this string in order to fill it up and for it to fit comfortably on your hand. So let's begin with the friendship bracelet making. So when you begin making your friendship bracelet, if you want them to follow a sequence or a pattern, what you want to do is have them pick out the colors and types of beads that they want for their friendship bracelet. So, and then of course if they want to spell out a word or a name. So if you want them to spell out a word or a name, I'm going to look for the word hello. Right. Now that you have the word that they are going to want to put on their friendship bracelet, you can go ahead now and incorporate those patterns and sequencing into making the friendship bracelet based off of the beads that they like or the colors that they like. So let's go ahead and start making these friendship bracelets. Another trick that I found that was also easy was making and putting the beads on the table in front of me before I actually put them on the string. That way I already know the pattern that I want to follow when I put them on the string, and it's not so confusing later. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and put the beads that I want on the table along with my pattern that I want. Now, of course, instead of verbally saying a pattern to them, you can go ahead and have a printout of paper that has either colors in a pattern, bead size in a pattern. So those are also other ways that you can customize this, and that way they're working on sequencing familiar actions, which is ACL 4.0. And then they're also differentiating the features on the objects, which is ACL 4.2, and being able to distinguish the different types of beads that there are in your beading kit. And then of course personalizing the friendship bracelet, which is also working on ACL 4.6. So there are multiple things that making friendship bracelets work on, and these are just a couple of them that are part of ACL 4, which again are those goal-directed actions. And then of course ACL 4.4, completing the end goal overall and finishing and making the friendship bracelet. Now let's go ahead and continue making our friendship bracelet. Now that you have your pattern layout on the table, you can now begin putting the beads to the string. All right, once the person that is completing this activity is through beading all of the beads through the string, you can go ahead and help them if they're not able to, but if they're able to, what you're going to do next is tie several knots at the end of this last bead and then several knots at the end of this last bead. That way it holds it and secures it together. Then once you're done tying the knots, you can then put it around the person's wrist and tie the final knot and then cut the ends of the excess string. That way it's not hanging out too long. But other than that, you have now completed making your friendship bracelet. Other things that making friendship bracelet works on are fine motor skills such as hand-eye coordination, being able to grasp the small beads and thread them through the string, also being able to differentiate between the different colors and sizes and types of beads. So there are multiple things that making friendship bracelets works on. Also, it can be done in a group session as well to make it alongside with peers. That way you have peer socialization and you can work on socialization skills with other people. And then on top of that, they can make several friendship bracelets and exchange them with their friends, their family members, their caregivers. So making friendship bracelets is not just about making the bracelet itself. It's all the little details that go into making the friendship bracelet. So I hope the person that you organized this activity for had a good fun time making this activity, being able to customize it, being able to work on the sequencing, and being able to complete the activity and in the end have reached and completed a goal. So this completes our video for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.